Hey, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Star Wars Coffee, where in today's video, we have some interesting developments about the possibility of the sequel trilogy continuing in live action. That's today here on Star Wars Coffee. So many of you know I covered John Boyega saying he would be happy to reprise Finn in a continued sequel trilogy Star Wars if J.J. Abrams, Kathleen Kennedy were involved. Well, I gave him the runaround on that because he previously said he would not want to be Disney Plus, and then he is then campaigning for it. But what's interesting now is Daisy Ridley is very discreetly hinting at this. In a recent interview she did with graziadaily.co.uk, she was giving an interview for her upcoming project, an Audible original, and the name I cannot pronounce, but you can look for it on Audible. The question that she got was mostly about that, but there was a Star Wars question at the end. As any actor or actress familiar with being in Star Wars knows, you will always get at least one Star Wars question per interview. The question was this: your final Star Wars came out in 2019. Was it weird saying goodbye to the franchise you'd been a part of for such a long time? She said, "My gosh, I was so sad. I spent a lot of time crying. I really felt like I was grieving something. They were my people for so many years. John Boyega and I met when we were both 21. We were so young. We started this thing together in our early 20s and now I'm 29. But we all keep in touch, even though John is the busiest man in the world. I went for breakfast with Kathy Kennedy the other day, which was nice. Jodie Comer and I text all the time. It was a wonderful experience." Big takeaway from that: I went for breakfast with Kathy Kennedy the other day, which was so nice. Well, get this. That means one of them had to travel out of the country to make this happen. Because she didn't say, I spoke to Kathy Kennedy the other day. She said, I went for breakfast with Kathy Kennedy the other day, implying physical, being in the presence of them. Which means, why else would you do this? I mean, Kathy Kennedy is always working, so this tells me that they are strongly considering continuing the sequel trilogy in some format. Or they're going to fill in gaps from The Rise of Skywalker and The Last Jedi. They're going to fill that in, and they're going to take out the comic line, and they're going to actually do something with this. Or they're going to do a prequel or something. Because you don't just go out to breakfast with Kathy Kennedy or anybody from Lucasfilm high up like that and not talk about being in Star Wars. Especially if you were already in Star Wars and you were the star of 3 Star Wars films that make up the sequel trilogy. It just doesn't happen that way. And if you think it does happen that way, I would say you're naive. Because every time we have gone through this for the last couple of years, we've been going over this. And the first time I can remember this is when I reported about, oh man, the actor's name escapes me at the moment, but the Uncle Owen from Episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, young Uncle Owen that Obi-Wan hands baby Luke off to, was in an interview 2 or 3 years ago at this point, before Kenobi was even announced to be a series, when it was still just leaks at the point, and he was in an interview and was asked about it, and he said, well, I can't say they're watching me, stuff like that. Which means he's going to be in it. And people are always saying, no, this isn't the case, but it always inevitably turns out it is the case. Happened with Uncle Owen, it happened with Obi-Wan, Ewan McGregor himself, since that Variety interview where he was asked about it. We knew it was going to happen since then when he said he couldn't say anything. We knew that with Rosario Dawson. We now can probably put that together with Daisy Ridley. So it seems that Disney is strongly looking at or talking to and entertaining the idea of continuing the sequel trilogy. Now, whether this actually manifests or whether they come to an agreement will yet to be seen, but clearly it is in the works. So let me know what you guys think about this in the comment section down below. Thank you guys for watching. May God bless you and the Force be with you always. If you enjoyed this episode, and frankly, even if you didn't, don't forget to subscribe.
Do it!
And if you want to help spread the word, please give this video a thumbs up and tell your friends to subscribe. Please check out the official Star Wars Coffee merchandise, and don't forget to check out all of the content playlists on this channel, including The Rise of Skywalker, The Mandalorian, and much more.